And we're now joined in studio to further discuss this issue by Simiyu Wesonga. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure, pleasure.
He's a security analyst and he's been in the studio before just to talk to us about matters of security. And just from your opinion and of course from your expertise, how does one manage to infiltrate the force so easily?
I don't think he did. Some senior police officers need to tell Kenyans who Waiganjo is. At that level, with the ease at which he had to crisscross the country, mixing with senior police officers, working with them, I don't think Waiganjo infiltrated the police. We need to be told what Waiganjo was doing in the police service.
So do you think, well, obviously, according to your observation, you think that he is working in connection with senior police officials?
Yes.
How possible is this, though?
It is possible because
is
the problem with some democracies in the world, most of their security organizations are what we call parallel command systems. So we have the official command system that reports periodically the way the system is supposed to be done, but we have another line of officers, both official and unofficial, who report directly to some officers for whatever reasons. My take is that Waiganjo was on this other parallel line, where some senior police officers knew who Waiganjo was. They were working with Waiganjo, but when the real system decided to work on this issue called Waiganjo because of the Baragoi problem, that's when it became difficult for them to hide who Waiganjo is. But I think Kenyans need to be told the truth.
Okay.
Waiganjo did not infiltrate the police.
Right now we're dealing with a lot of speculative information, but we're waiting for this probe, which is supposed to give its findings in the next 10 days. Do you foresee a situation where they'll come up with conclusive answers?
I think my position is this. The president has picked a team to do on this. But the law is also very clear with the Inspector General. He's an independent officer who is supposed to do his work independently after the provisions of the civil service bureaucracy. The National Police Service Commission is independent, and the law states very well they are not answerable to anybody except the Constitution and Parliament. So we expect the Kavuludi team, whatever the president has given in terms of investigating this issue, we also expect them, because they are the employers of the police service as we speak, to give us the answer about Waiganjo. Okay.
And finally, what implication does this have as a country? Right now, we're a country at war, and our security forces are being banged up left, right, and center. Does this go further to dent our image as a country, and especially the security force?
Major one, major. You speak to people, we have colleagues across the continent, they cannot understand what is happening in our country. I speak as a patriotic Kenyan, and I think we let some things happen in this country in our security sector that really belittles our intelligence as Kenyans.
Okay, is it common to see impersonation of police officers in other countries?
Depending on the level, like we say, the level of democracy of a country can be seen in the way the police operates. That's the saying that is very democratic. So if you have a police system that is, Kenyans are questioning the integrity, the way they provide their services, then you relate it on our democracy. Is it that the governance systems are allowing these things to happen, or they're being caught off guard? And if they're being caught off guard because they didn't know what was happening, then you question the way we are governing our country. So as a Kenyan, and I think I speak on behalf of a few Kenyans, it is scandalous to come through something like this, and yet we are a country that believes in democracy, the rule of law, merit, and all these things we've been talking about, the new constitution.
Thank you very much for coming into studio this afternoon. Simiyu Wesonga, he is a security analyst, just trying to put things into perspective of the bogus policeman who was in the police force for 3 years. Of course, wait to see what the probe is going to come up with. 10 days is all they have, and KTN News Desk will definitely be on top of that story. But right now, to Boni Tunya.